Before I get into this episode and talk about it, there has been forced controversy that's been going on the internet lately when it comes to Mushoku Tensei, which I've already knew. When I heard that this was going to get announced in anime, I knew what was going to happen. And I been years ago talked with the author and said, people are going to come after you, they're going to try to force you to change and threaten you and make articles about you. Don't let them get to you. And he said he already knows. And he'll pay no mind to them. So he already knew this was going to happen. The reason why I haven't really made a video about it because it's a nothing burger. You know, this anime is on its third season and it's been out for years, this anime. People know about this anime for years. All kinds of people react to this anime and they really like it. It makes them feel uncomfortable, but that's one of the reasons why they like it. It pushes the norm. It does things that most anime and manga are afraid to do. Give you fucked up characters as the focal point. We're so used for our bad guys being fucked up that it's okay for that because they're bad guys. What if it's the good guys who are fucked up? Do indecent and terrible things. Will you still like them? It's up to you. I'm not shucking by it because I'm used to reading fucked up stuff for years. I read all kinds of messed up stuff because I grew up to learn fiction from reality. I'll read it, I'll be intrigued by it, but I'm not going to copy it. I'm not going to do anything bad about it. I'm just going to read like, oh, this character's a little messed up. This is a messed up situation. But that's okay. It's fiction. I'm just going to look at it like, oh, damn. And just go about my day. I'm not going to write an article about it. I'm not going to heave and jive about it on the internet all day. I'm good. Just move on with your life and go on to the next fiction. If you're not mature or grown up enough to read mature fiction, go back to your shonen. That's all I gotta say. Go back to your shonen and read your everyday happy-go-lucky boy who is an airhead who wants to be the best of everything. If that's what you want to do. Don't be wrong. I like those things too. But I have a bigger net to cast with than you do. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, on with this episode. Two things part out of this episode that is a major focal point. And that is the wedding and the birthday party. And that is it. There should have been a third thing, but it only focused down to two things, unfortunately. And I guess people were disappointed that we didn't. A lot of people were disappointed in this episode. One, I feel like it went by too fast. That goes with most episodes when you have a good series. Like a lot of people complain when ReZero went by fast or when Tanya went by fast. When you have a show that has good writing and characters, it's always going to go by fast. Because they know how to do it. It's weird how that happens. The good stuff goes by fast, but the bad stuff stays, and it lingers, and it drags on, and it takes you with it into the abyss. That's just how it is. But let's talk about the wedding. The wedding is just nothing special. It's Millis is mostly connected to Christianity, or Catholic, you might say, when it comes to our world. But there's far more traditions that they keep in line, where you see it the purest form of the religion. But if things do change throughout the years, years and years, the religion itself might be misinterpreted over time, like most things that happen, if they are able to advance their culture and their society. But anyways, it's nice to see everyone well-dressed and everything at the wedding. Everyone's standing, just watching things happen. Yeah, I don't think no one was sitting down. I think everyone's standing. And Eleni's just being taller than Cliff. Cliff is the main man. Cliff can say, I have fixed her. He's no longer the I can fix her. He is I have fixed her. I have fixed her. My man Cliff has done the impossible. So when I see Eleni's getting married, having and settled down, and being part of a family, it's mind-blowing to everybody else that knows her. Like, no way, man. This girl could take on whole entire towns. She can take the whole town. She was the town part. But yet, here she is. Cliff, my boy. He didn't see a whore. He didn't see a one-night stand. He saw the love of his life. He saw potential. He saw a broken woman that he wanted to be there for. And there he is, like the man that he is, doing it right. Shame on the rest of y'all. But anyways, it was a nice little wedding. The kiss on the forehead matrimony to the point where everyone else wanted to kiss on her forehead. Everyone else but Norm. Norm has to be the tsundere. Saying, boy, have some tact. And of course, Aisha, being the wild card that she is, hopping at the opportunity. Aisha. Oh my goodness. Now, before all that, Rudius made a deal with Alina Lays, where they, with the cut content, is where she wanted to ask some Aphrodisiac from the Ashra Kingdom that Rudius, well, Selphie had to give to Rudius. Rudius even had before, some time ago in season 1, part 1. And she wanted to use it on Cliff. So on their honeymoon night, Cliff just goes all out, baby. And that's what she wanted. Like, yo, she's already used to it. She knows she can take it. But she wanted to see Cliff at his wildest moment. So that she wanted. In return, she will set up for Rudius' dream to have a threesome. So the thing about Rudius is that he is a pervert, but he's trying to contain himself. Even though he has wives, he's trying to contain himself, where he's not trying to do indecent things, even though he has the wives. He wants to keep things like... The thing you need to understand when it comes to the marriage obligation, I'll call it here, is that it's not what you see in those videos. The videos you see online. It's nothing like that, you know. It's not the wild stuff everyone thinks it is. No, it's very, very casual in a way when it comes to things. And it's very intimate that most people don't see. The lights aren't on. There's no fucking camera or nothing like that. Most of the times it's in the dark. It is in the dark. As I say, as you get older, your body's not tip-top shape as it's supposed to be all the time. So it's in the fucking dark. And that's where it helps your imagination to run wild and have the senses. Now, if you can do it with the lights on and stuff, then, hey, damn, good for you. But that's just how it is. But anyways, he couldn't possibly imagine doing the threesome with his wife for some reason. This is Rudy's of all people. Paul, like, I know Paul would be disappointed in him. Like, dude, you're my son. You should see these possibilities as a gray rat. And the gray rat itself, the gray rats are known for being very perverted people. So Rudy should already have this covered, but I guess he was trying to be too much of a gentleman and not disturb anything. But our girl Alina Lays got the setup. They were out shopping for the girl's birthday, and they were even secretly shopping for Roxy's wedding gift, and it was a nice little hat that she wanted to have. But the hat she had was all torn and rathered and stuff for years of wearing on adventuring and traveling. The same way with Rudius' clothing. Remember Rudius had that robe he would wear on his adventure back home, and then Sophie bought him a new one and stuff. That's pretty much what happened here, you know, a welcoming gift into the new age of marriage, I say. So then they did the scene where they skipped it a bit, in a way. What really happened, well, last time I read it, they were sitting down, they took him to this restaurant. It was supposed to be a call sign where Alina Lays told Roxy if they ever go to this restaurant and Rudy orders this, then she knows what's going to happen. So they are supposed to go to this restaurant and they're eating food, but they all also order desserts. And Rudius gave Roxy his dessert because he likes to see her happy because Roxy loves sweets. She loves sweets. So he gave it to her. And then Selphie and Roxy discovered why they're here and stuff. They found out because of the clues that Alina Lays laid down for them. And then, of course, Rudius said, don't worry, everything's okay at home. We can stay the night and do what we want. And that's what happened. They didn't really show anything either in the books, so people are upset that we didn't get any scene from that, but there wasn't even a scene in the books either, so they just showed that they did it, and that's it, you know? I don't know what people are so upset about. I guess the same people are probably upset that read the books, but they don't do it. They never really show the scenes happening, really. Unless it's Alina Lays for some freaking reason. Anybody else, it's always the after effect of what happened. Majority of the times, you know, they're never going to show the real thing in this series. It's not that Well, not for Rudia's side, anyways, because it's sacred for him. When he first got in his world, he thought, he still thinks Jerry thought, but that's when he thinks the only way. Imagine his first time he was trying to do it with Eris, the first time on the birthday. He realized what he was trying to do was indecent. So he learned his lesson over the years about that. Trial and error. So here we are now. So I don't know why people are upset about that. Next is the fishing scene. As Selphie and the others get ready for the birthday party, they take the girls out to go fishing. Aisha and Norm did pretty good. Norm, of course, learning, and Roxy being a good teacher, teaching her how to put the bait onto the rope and swing it out into the pond near the tree section to capture a good fish. Aisha, of course, is already good at it, and Rudy kind of sucks. Rudy sucks at it, even trying to use his magic to capture a fish, and it still doesn't work. But they got quite a good amount, and they got there. So they did the birthday party, even though a year has passed because of everything that happened. The girls were already 11 years old, and they usually have the birthdays at ages 5, 10, and 15. After that, no one gets any more birthday parties. No one acknowledges your birthday. It's your born day. No one gives a crap. you be 25 years old. No one cares. It's your birthday. No one really cares. You move on with your life. You're an adult now. No more birthday parties for you. Just have a regular party. That kind of sucks. Because we humans here, man, we want to celebrate our birthdays every freaking year. Heck, some people do an entire week on their birthdays. That is nuts. I can't imagine myself doing a week on my birthday, dude. I'm like, what am I going to do for an entire week? Well, you go on vacation. But my vacations are other times. Enough about me. So this was the most wholesome moment in the show. Seeing the welcoming of the family. Rudy is giving the speech about what they went through, and now they should be grateful for what they have here and now. Talking about Paul and his sacrifice. Glad that Zenith is here despite her dysfunction. They give the presents to the girls, and they're so happy to have them. And people did point out it kind of sucks how, despite being part of the family, Lilia seems to forces Aisha to still be treated just as a servant within the house, despite everything, which kind of sucks in her opinion. And like I said, this will bite them in the ass later down the road, way later down the road. But I'm not going to spoil that. But anyways, all Norm wanted to do, since Paul wasn't there, to at least show Zenith and Zenith to react to what she's got or what she's done throughout her life. But the way she is, there seems to be no hope. But Zenith shows signs of a reaction. And then I believe in the novels, they all could have sworn they see her smile. And that's when Lilia breaks down crying. And if you haven't noticed, when you will see more POVs of Lilia in the books, when she's talking, most of the times she's always crying. And the reason why she's like this is because of years of suppressing her emotions. You see, Lilia is a very professional maid. Very professional. Anyway, except for what she did with Paul during that time in season 1. She's always held on to her emotions and act professional and learned to act like an adult in very stressful situations. Even during the Mana calamity, she had to act like the adult in the situation. Be the head maid. But as years goes on, there are certain things you can't control no more because of how older you get. So, and even in the book, she says she's realizing she's starting to cry a bit more often over the littlest things lately. And that's because she's getting older and she can no longer suppress herself as she used to be anymore. So much time has passed. And having everything built up and always suppressing those emotions is finally catching up to her. So seeing her finally like that is nice, but it's an after effect. It's like doing something to your body for years, and the after effects finally come to it later on down the road. That's why people say take good care of yourself at a young age, so the older you will be in very healthy shape. That's how that goes. So everything ends with a nice little bow. And also, it seems that Roxy got her gift too. A wedding present, welcoming her into the family. Selphie, Selfie, despite Rudy's being the head of the household, we all know who's the true head of the household, and that is Selfie. She is the true head of this household. She allows what goes and comes in this house. And she was glad to have Roxy a part of his family. So everything ended all in a nice way. And more happy times are to come throughout this adventure. And I'm glad, And imagine this entire time Eric to train her ass off right now to be strong for Rudius. But everyone has their role in this story, no matter how big or small. That's just how life is. So all around, I enjoyed this episode. I really did. But before I end this video, there's one last thing I want to talk about. And that's with Zenova. What I'm talking about Zenova, yes, is actually something I didn't realize they skipped. Or maybe they didn't skip. It's a scene between Zenova and Judy, the woman you see that's always by his side, with Julia. Her name is Julia, right? I can't remember. But anyways, Judy is the knight that served under Zenova in his kingdom. But he sold her off the Pax, but she was returned back to him in the end of season 2. She made a kind of a mean remark about Rudius before then. And Zenova was so angry because she respects Rudius so much to the point that he was almost strangling her to death. I don't know if this is cut content or they're going to show it later on in this season. But either or, that is what happened. There's other cut content too, but that's something I wish they didn't cut. To show Zenova having more of that side of him that people forget, that Zenova is kind of a psycho. So that's the only thing I want to talk about. There's other content, people work up the time out online, but it didn't seem like much of a big thing if you ask me, because it didn't really add any more characteristics to the show. Most of it was just etchy scenes and things here and there, but that's it. But anyways, once again, all around great episode, went by way too fast. But hey, we're getting 26, 27 episodes this season? You can't complain. We're eating pretty good at Mushoku Tensei fans. And that's all I gotta say about that. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, I hope you did. Like, comment, subscribe, of course. Don't forget to hit that bell icon. This has been the Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.